Test. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. I would like to ask everyone to please shut off their cell phones or silence them. Refrain from leaving their seats and walking in the aisles once everyone's seated. We thank you in advance for your understanding. The importance of the magnitude of the ceremony obviously is very important. We want to thank you for your flexibility going from outside to inside. It was extremely tremendous weather issues today, and it still might be a thunderstorm going on, so we're a little air conditioning, and it'll be a nice festive evening in this Central High School. So we'll get started in just about 2 minutes. Actually, 1 minute. At this time, I would like to invite our dignitaries and color guard into the auditorium. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the class of 2021 of John J. Duggan Academy. remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, led by our student, Alex Xavier Cabrera. Following that, we will have an instrumental playing of the national anthem. Unfortunately, Ms. Vanessa Ford wasn't able to be with us tonight. She had a loss in her family, and our thoughts and prayers are with her. Well, let's welcome Alex Xavier Cabrera for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
You do not need to cue the music. We are graced with Ms. Ford's presence. Thank you.
God bless you all, and congratulations. Congratulations to all the. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave. God bless you.
Please be seated. Thank you, Alex Xavier, for leading us in the pledge, and Ms. Vanessa Ford for an unbelievable national anthem right there. She's a past Duggan graduate, and we love having her here, and so God bless her and her family. And, yeah. And a big thanks to Central ROC and Principal Torcars for helping us set it up and using this facility tonight. I'd like to welcome all of you to a great night of celebration, with a special thanks to our Assistant Principal, Mr. William Snow, our Guidance Counselor, Ms. Vianney Gomez, Jillian Williamson, our Deans, Mr. Alex Anderson. I didn't mention him last year, so I'm going to say it again, Mr. Alex Anderson. Mr. Timothy Hurley, and all of our administration, teachers, and support staff at Duggan Academy. And actually, can I ask that our staff stand up for a second to be recognized? Can I have you guys just stand up? Each year, but this year like no other, your flexibility, your growth mindset, and doing what was necessary to run a school during a pandemic was absolutely outstanding. And always keeping the student-centered focus in your minds, and I thank you for that. I also want to recognize Ms. Shea and Ms. Vecchione. Ms. Shea right here and Vecchione, where are they? They are the class advisors. Ms. Vecchione since 6th grade with this group, Ms. Shea since 9th grade. And let me tell you, that job goes without a job description. And it's pretty much is everything and anything. And we thank you. You did a great job. Let's have a round of applause for them. I would also like to thank and extend a thanks to Superintendent Warwick and his team from the district. The support of the IT department, the nursing, facilities, counseling, the list goes on and on. Ms. Wells and Ms. Collins here this morning helping us set up, going from outside to in. It's absolutely been phenomenal, and we thank you from that. Also, and a thanks to the Springfield Empowerment Zone for their continued partnership and support. I'd like to welcome Mayor Sarno here today. Of course, our Superintendent Warwick. Our school committee members here, Ms. Barbara Gresham, Ms. Denise Hurst, our Chairman Collins, Chris Collins, and Ms. Latonia Naylor, who also supports us on our school advisory board. We appreciate you. Also, a very special thanks to all the families and friends that are here tonight and watching tonight. It is your support and your dedication that has led to the culmination of this 13 years of school and this high school graduation. Let us have a round of applause for the families and friends tonight. And finally, and most importantly, let us thank the class of 2021. You have made it. Mission accomplished. I am so honored to present the class this year, all year, but this class is special. The Duggan class of 2021, which will go down as our 4th graduating class, yet will be the first class or group of students that has started from 6th grade through 12th grade. Let us hear it for the Duggan class of 2021. It's my honor to introduce our first speaker tonight, Mayor Sarno. Mayor Sarno has been our homegrown mayor since 2008. He is a graduate of the Commerce High School since the class of 1981, right? Class of 1981? 81? Played a little basketball there. Received his bachelor's degree in psychology from Westfield State University and a master's from American International College. Let's hear it from Mayor Sarno.
Thank you. First of all, to Vanessa Ford, your mom heard you up in heaven with that wonderful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Let's give her a big round of applause. God rest your mom's soul, Vanessa, and thank you for being here for each and every one of us. To our homegrown superintendent, Dan Warwick, to the invincible principal of all, but Duggan Academy, Mike Calvanese, to my school committee members, Vice Chair Chris Collins, Latonia Naylor, Barbara Gresham, and Denise Hurst. To the class of 2021, how does it feel? To the parents and families of the class of 2021, how does it feel? Young men, young ladies, notice who gave the biggest ovation there. You know, every time, the three words that go for tonight: perspiration, inspiration, which I hope I give you, and family. And speaking of family, I want to give my wife, Carla, a shout out to. I appreciate her efforts. I do have to go home tonight, so Carla, thank you for being here in the audience. Every time I'm at Duggan, it feels like family, with the students, the staff, the administration, and the families. That's very special. You're a very special class. Not only are you the first class going from 6th grade to 12th grade, you also were able to defeat and survive and triumph over COVID-19. So it's so important when anybody tells you you can't make it. Because of your fortitude, your perseverance, you know you can conquer any challenge that comes before you. Now, to do that, you had help. Your family, your mom, your dad, your family members, who put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, and food on the table. And I know once in a while, maybe a little boot in the behind, because they care and love you, and they know that you can and will succeed. Now's the appropriate time to give them a big shout out and give them an ovation. To the parents of Duggan Class 2021, thank you very much for your continued belief and investment in the city of Springfield. Now you have a second family. That's the teachers, the staff, and administration of Duggan Academy. And I know sometimes they might get on your case, but like your family, they care about you, and they know that you can and will succeed. Let's give them a big round of applause. So, your foundation has been laid at home. Your skills have been honed by the Duggan Academy staff and teachers and administration. And some of you are going to move on to academia, go to college. Some of you will move on to the workforce. Some of you will move on to military service, and Godspeed to each and every one of you. As you move forward, it is important. We're proud of you tonight to be proud of yourself, proud of your family, proud of Duggan Academy, and proud of the city of Springfield. I need your help. Many a times in the media, urban centers are depicted in a very negative fashion. Tonight, you are part of the beautiful mosaic of all creed and colors in the city of Springfield. So I need your help to continue to move the city forward. As you continue to do that, there's some people out there, whether in the city, the state, or the country that indicate, that state a zip code. A zip code is going to dictate your future. You continue to prove them wrong, and you dictate your future. As you sit there tonight, believe it or not, some of you are going to go on to lead right here in the city of Springfield. Some of you will go on to lead in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Some of you in the country, and even some of you in the world. Some might be in front of the camera, others might be behind the scenes, solving problems, making for a better community. This is a very special year, the class of 2021. You will never forget this, surviving what we've been able to go through. So again, I tell you, not every day is a good day, but there's always another day. And you can learn from challenges and issues. Believe me, I have. So even when you might not win that one, you can learn from it, and it'll make you stronger. I believe in you. The Duggan administration believes in you. Of course, your family believes in you. So now go out and go get them. And congratulations and good health and continued success to the class of 2021. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mayor Sarno. Our next speaker is Ms. Latonia Monroe Naylor. Ms. Naylor was born in Springfield. She's a Central High School graduate right here, class of 1998. Received her master's degree of science in nonprofit management and certificate of board of governance and volunteerism from Bay Path College in 2012. A Bachelor of Arts in business administration from the Lady of Elms in 2003. Currently, Ms. Naylor serves as director of AmeriCorps program at Springfield College and our advisory board and many other boards.
Good evening, everyone. I say good evening, everyone. Yes, this is a celebration. I often ask this question whenever I stand up in front of a bunch of young people. I'm getting older now, so everybody's starting to get younger the older I get. But I ask this question. I say, where is the wealthiest place in the world? And oftentimes people will give me answers, Africa or, Asia, and they start coming up with all these places. And I look at them and I say, right here in this room, because this is where the wealth is at this moment. Each and every one of you have potential that's been untapped. I don't care what you've done up until this point. You've only yet scratched the surface of where it is that you're going to be. I'm thinking about your ancestors, if I'm saying her name right, Mari Rivera Perez, who just got an award recently. One of my works that I do is a nonprofit, Parent Villages, and we were able to award her with the Joyce Vaughn Memorial Scholarship on this year. And the thing that I loved about your ancestors, and the reason why this is all relevant, is because you have to take your moments and you have to use those moments, those defining moments, those tough moments, those moments that shake you, that break you, those moments that can cause stagnation, those moments that can bring about tears. And you have to be able to take those moments and not let it tear you down, not let it stop you, not let it defeat you. But look at that moment as a defining moment, as something that you are going to use to know what to do better next time. How to will through, how to fight through, and how to empower through whatever that situation is. On this year, y'all had to deal with something that nobody else ever had to deal with before, a pandemic. No graduation traditions, no big stuff that you like to do during your senior year, but yet you had to focus and take this moment and use it as a moment to make a vital decision. Do I sit and wallow in the sea of regret and self-pity, or do I make a choice that I'm going to do more, I'm going to get further, and I'm going to make this moment a moment that I can look back on and say, it didn't break me, it didn't shake me, and it didn't stop me. And that's what you did on this year. As you continue to move forward in life, you are going to find out that these moments will continue to occur. Adversity will continue to knock on your door because that is what life is all about. How you respond to those things that knock on your door and that adversity is the difference between you living in, like I said, a sea of regret or in the lap of luxury. What do I mean by the lap of luxury? I'm not just talking about a bank account, because as I said earlier, it's not just about the money. It's about your potential and your ability and your talent and your gifts. And nobody can put a price tag on what you bring to the table. The fact that you took a year of uncertainty, a year of pain, a year of loss for many of us, and turned it into a year of victory, into a moment of celebration, you should be so proud of yourselves. But what it really means is that you made the decision not to allow yourselves to be your own worst enemy. And the reason why that is important is because when adversity hits in life, and it will, you will have to remember this moment. Remember this journey. Remember this storm that you found your way making through. And remember those moments, because you'll have to look adversity in the face and say, you know what? I made it through that, so I will absolutely make it through this. Nelson Mandela said, rightly so, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. So make what he said true in your life. Use your education, continue to get more education, whether it be formal or informal, and change the world, because that's what you are. You are change agents, you are change makers, and you will make a difference. And so with that, I want to encourage you, class of 2021, keep on doing what you're doing and don't stop.
Thank you, Ms. Naylor. Our next speaker is our Superintendent of Schools, Daniel J. Warwick. Mr. Warwick began his career with Springfield Public Schools over 40 years ago and has a wealth of experience as a teacher, principal, and administrator. Rising through the ranks, Mr. Warwick's keen expertise, spirit of collaboration, and unwavering commitment has earned him a national reputation as a leader in education. Mr. Warwick.
Thank you and good evening. I'd like to begin by recognizing our mayor, the education mayor, Dominic Sarno, distinguished members of our school committee, Barbara Gresham, Latonia Naylor, Denise Hurst, and Chris Collins, Principal Calvanese, the faculty and staff of Duggan Academy, parents, grandparents, and family members. Most importantly, I'd like to recognize our guests of honor, the Duggan Academy graduating class of 2021. The class of 2021 is like none other. For the vast majority of you, your entire senior year was a remote experience. For all of you, half of your junior year was also. We are very proud of each of you for overcoming these obstacles and challenges that have stood in your path on your journey to earning your high school diploma. President John F. Kennedy once said, "We are not here to curse the darkness, but to light the candle that can guide us through the darkness to a safe and sane future." COVID-19 has been that darkness, and your resilience has been the candle in that darkness that has brought you to this very place at this very moment, your high school commencement. Whenever you accomplish something significant in life, it is important that you recognize the people who supported you along the way. We understand and value the role of your parents and families. They have played a tremendous role in your accomplishment here tonight. Parents, can you please stand? I'd like to give them a big round of applause because we know how important they are. Thank you. And I've always said that Springfield Public Schools staff is second to none anywhere. And I'd just like to salute the great staff at Duggan Academy and the job they do. Please stand, and I think you deserve a loud round of applause. Thank you. Graduates, there is no question that COVID-19 has greatly altered, maybe even defined your high school experience. But now that you have made the finish line, I hope you recognize the valuable lesson that this experience has taught you. And moreover, I pray that this lesson is one you will cling to throughout your life. The value of the qualities of persistence, resilience, and adaptability. You see, Conservatoria class of 2021, you are not path followers. You are trailblazers. And I know that success in whatever you choose to pursue is something that each of you can achieve. Look what you have overcome to be here accepting your high school diploma. That resiliency is what defines the class of 2021. The class of 2021 is part of a big turnaround here in the city of Springfield. The dropout rate in the city of Springfield has dropped down in the middle of a pandemic down to 3% because of students like you. It was actually 10% in 2012. That's the biggest improvement in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Congratulations on a monumental achievement. Continue your journey into adulthood with resilience and determination. I know you will continue to make us all proud. Good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you, Superintendent Warwick. Now we get to move to the best portion of the night, our student speakers. All of our student speakers, actually many of our students here tonight have received scholarships. Half of this class, about 24, received the Abigail Adams Scholarship out of 51 students. Our first speaker this evening is our valedictorian, Anissa Dennis. Anissa, yeah. Go ahead, let's hear it for Anissa. Hold on, one sec. I'm gonna say something about you first. Anissa is graduating with a 4.26 GPA. In 10th grade, she became the treasurer for her class, which led her to take on many responsibilities and demonstrating her leadership skills. She worked with her class advisor and her fellow peers to ensure they had a high school experience that they wanted, especially during their senior year. Anissa is a model for all of our Duggan Habits of Scholarships, and she will be attending Boston University, where she will pursue a bachelor's degree in marketing this fall. Let us welcome Anissa Dennis to the podium.
Good evening, Mr. Calvanese, faculty, students, family, and distinguished guests. I am Anissa Dennis, and I have to say it feels very excited to be giving this speech as the valedictorian for the senior class of 2021. I realize that this is supposed to be a very serious speech, so don't worry, I won't be giving a sermon or dancing crazy up here. Wow, we really have come this far, to this day. Despite our senior year not feeling like a traditional senior year should, due to COVID, we were able to get through it and come together to graduate as a class. I remember being with most, if not all of you, from 6th grade, middle school up to now. I especially remember my first days at Duggan. Luckily for me, I already had some friends who were planning to attend, but for some of you, you came all on your own and started anew. At Duggan, we were all able to find our groups, our people, and make friends. We became a family. Due to our small class sizes, we all know each other, even if we're not the bestest of best friends with everyone. For those that don't know our history, we truly are a class that stays together. When we all first came in 6th grade, Mr. Calvinist was just starting out as a school principal. I know it was very difficult for him and even all of us coming to Duggan in the state it was in. If you ask how Duggan was in 2014, any of us graduating seniors and most of the faculty, including Mr. Calvinist, would say it was in need of some serious changes. I mean, the testing scores were low, and we were basically a level 4 school, possibly facing level 5. Duggan was not in good standing with the state of Massachusetts. Mr. Calvinist surely had his challenges, and he did everything he could to turn this school around, but he also really needed our help. I mean, we may look good. We may do look good on this one. We were able to increase our test scores and in turn help the school's overall scores. Our class is truly brilliant, and I don't mean that joke. We helped create the environment where achieving high expectations became part of our school culture. We were the ones who helped bring up Duggan scores and change the school. Mr. Calvinist even achieved a better. Mr. Calvinist truly looks out for us and recognizes and praises us for what we've done with Duggan. It's no wonder we're his favorites. So thank you, Mr. Calvinist, for everything. We also can't forget about our teachers and staff who challenged us with rigorous instructions and helped us achieve the highest academic standards. We can all admit that we learned a great deal, but can also confess that we probably don't even remember so much of what we were taught in middle school, especially math. Although we know our teachers are supposed to be there to, teach, they don't only give us lessons in academics, but they educate us in life as well. We can all admit that most teachers want to see us succeed and prosper in life, no matter what we do, whether we go to college or do our own thing. But one teacher that I truly want to thank for being there for me is Miss Bailey. You all probably know her because it's hard to get those 40 problems a night in the multiplication drills. Although her teaching method was different, we can truly say that it has helped us. Now we know all of our multiplications by heart and are crazy good at integers. But aside from school academics, she helped me see my potential. Since middle school, I wanted to be a professional actress, so I did dance and theater. I truly thought that was what I wanted to do, and even planned to go to a theater school to get a 2-year certificate for acting. My mom, being the open-minded person she is, let me decide to do it. But I could tell something was off. When I told Miss Bailey, she looked me in the eye and said, "Can I tell you something, honestly?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "That's a sucky plan." Now, I know that sounds mean, but to explain, she meant that I could do better and had so much potential with the brilliant mind I had. I ended up telling my mom, and she agreed. So I had to reevaluate my whole plan. But not because of others, but because deep down I realized I was just in love with the idea of acting and was not ready to handle all the adversities and challenges in a competitive career. Now I will be majoring in business with a concentration in marketing at Boston University. As a class, we shouldn't forget all the people who made our middle school and high school years fun. I would like to thank Ms. Vecchione for always helping to assist us with school dances and being our co-class advisor. I would also like to thank Mr. Hurley, our Duggan Grill Master, for always creating fun events for us. We all love the community meetings you plan with the fun ping pong and cup games and Kahoot games too, even amid this pandemic. We thank you for always surprising us and planning outside events and cookouts to celebrate our accomplishments. On behalf of the senior officers, we also want to thank you, Ms. Shea, and our previous class advisor, Ms. Grimaldi, for helping us to plan and manage events, not to mention creating fun and memorable senior experiences for all of us. You all have taught us that school is not only just about academics, but it can be fun too, and we thank you for giving us that experience. Now, I know you all are probably getting tired of hearing my voice, and believe me, this is the longest I've stood on the stage, and will probably be my last because I'm currently trying not to have a panic attack right now. Along with the memories and things, as your valedictorian, I'm supposed to speak about the future and encourage you, which I can honestly say I'm not qualified to do so. I can't even encourage myself or listen to my own advice, so I don't know what you expect me to say. I'm sure we can all relate that when someone asks us where we see ourselves in 5 years, we just look like deer in headlights. Even the word college is like a trigger word for us. It doesn't even make it better that we all had to do this during a pandemic, which added to the stress. However, we were able to get through it. We were able to get through those long classes and staring at the screen for 7 hours. We were able to get through all those tests, exams, and countless amounts of homework, and we did it together as a class. A class that stays together. That's what our mural says, and I cannot adequately express how much we truly represent that statement. We really have all been through this experience together, and now we'll be parting ways after this. Although we will be separated physically, doing our own things in life, we will all be connected emotionally through the vast memories and experiences because we are a Duggan family. Wherever we go, I know that we will all succeed in what we plan on doing in our life and will keep cheering each other on from different places in the world. I know with our powerful minds and heartfelt sentiments, we will become somebody and something special in this world, representing Duggan and ourselves both separately and together. Again, I mean together in an emotional sense, not a physical one unless we plan on stalking each other on social media or something. So I want to give you some advice that I know I myself could surely follow. I want you all to live your life and don't let anyone or anything discourage you from doing what makes you happy. When we have our high school reunion, I want to see how accomplished and successful we all are doing at what we do best. I want you to forget about all the anger and tears you have shed over a failed grade, test, or any schoolwork, because despite all that, you are currently wearing that cap and gown and about to be receiving your diploma in your hand. However, I want you to also learn from your failures. It is okay to not be perfect and to fail sometimes. We are not perfect. When we go out into the world, we are going to face so many obstacles and setbacks. But all that truly matters is that we are able to pick ourselves back up from it or even learn from it and move forward. Just as you all have pushed forward from 6th grade up to now, I want us all to push forward in the next years to come. As the famous Duggan motto goes, work hard, be nice, and let's get going. Thank you. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll get off.
Nice job, Anissa. Proud of you. Thank you for that. It was really kind. Anissa, I got to pay you a little for that speech. You gave me a little too much credit. Nice job. Our next student speaker is our Duggan's salutatorium, Urancis Marie Rivera Perez. Go ahead and give her a round. Urancis is graduating high school with a 4.14 GPA. She earned maximum honors all 4 quarters during her senior year. She was the co-president for the student council for her graduating class and a member of the National Honor Society. During the summer of 2020, she participated in the Generation Teach program. She was accepted into Westfield State University, where she intends to pursue a bachelor's degree in nursing this fall. She will be the first in her family to go to college. It is her perseverance and leadership that ensured her great success in her high school journey. One real admirable aspect of her is she is committed to giving back in community service. We are so proud of her accomplishments. Uranci, please come on up.
Good evening, staff, Duggan staff, parents, family members, and all graduates of the class of 2021. As Mr. Cavani said, I am Urancis Rivera. I am deeply honored to be this year's class salutatorian and to represent the first class to complete middle school and high school here at Duggan Academy. To all that are here today, thank you. Thank you for not only being here to celebrate with us, but thank you for being a part of our journey. This year has been everything but easy, not only for us, but for our parents, school staff as well. Having to quickly adapt to this online environment took a lot out of us, both emotionally and intellectually. But one thing is for sure is that this pandemic did not steal our determination to continue to strive for our diplomas. Despite all odds, here we are today, celebrating not only the completion of our high school journey, but the overall performance of this exceptional class. Throughout this year, we have truly learned that we cannot take the little things for granted. Everything from the small interactions from our peers in the halls to the life lessons that the staff taught us that molded each one of us into valuable members of society, which, may I say, is not an easy task. However, the Duggan staff have managed to do all of these for us and more. And for these reasons, I thank the school staff, who have played a role in one way or another to ensure that we completed our high school requirements. To all the teachers and Duggan administration here today, and even you, Mr. Leone, on behalf of the class of 2021, I want to thank you for the books, for the laptops, for your time, and for your quick adaptations to these new accommodations. And thank you for the kind words of encouragement and advice. It has never gone unnoticed. Our school's administration gave their very best to this class, and even through these challenging times, and for that, we are eternally grateful. Your desire for us to succeed academically has finally been attained today. Our desire to graduate and receive our diplomas has been attained today. I want to assure you that you have set a foundation for all of us to be able to continue our endeavors. We are here in great part because of you. You ensured that we had all the learning materials we needed. Each of us can vividly remember and appreciate the sacrifice you made to graduate, to guarantee that we graduated this year. When I talk about sacrifices, I mean that time that you took to help us complete our high school requirements despite the pandemic, especially people like our guidance counselors, like Ms. Gomez and the Gear Up team who guided us through the complicated college process. And helped us get thousands of dollars in scholarships. I also want to shout out Ms. Urban Lyons, who was our middle school guidance counselor. Thank you for starting us in roles as leaders and ambassadors. You were the one who really kicked off that part of our journey. To Mr. Hurley, you were always there for us, smiling, keeping things positive, getting it done no matter the circumstances. You put up with our craziness. In fact, you encouraged it. So thank you. To all parents here today, congratulations to you as well for getting us this far and for being there for us since the beginning. I hope that you're all as proud of us as we are of ourselves. With that being said, my best wishes will be with you always as you move forward. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Nice job. Our final student voice this evening is our class president, Amaya Morris. Amaya was a co-president for the class since sophomore year. She is one of the most dedicated student council members that Duggan has ever had. She was constantly looking for ways to fundraise for her class. She, as well as other members of the student council, put their hearts and souls into working for the class of 2021. But Amaya stood out. She stood out with scheduling. She was the one who was always keeping after the teachers, advisors, and administrators in a good way to make the meetings, make sure we made the meetings, keep up communication, make sure we're following through on promises, and make sure the lives of her peers was engaging and exciting for her senior year, Amaya will be starting her college career at Springfield Technical Community College with a major in psychology. Amaya, come on up.
Good evening, graduates, family, and faculty. My name is Amaya Morris, and I am the class of 2021's co-class president. Thank you for being with us today. It is a day to be truly celebrated. The senior's other president is Gidances, who spoke just before me. Yaya and I ran for co-class presidents in the beginning of our 10th grade year. I still remember sitting at our lunch table and asking her if she wanted to run together. When she said yes, I was really happy for two reasons. One, she's one of my good friends, and together I knew we could achieve great things. And two, I was nervous she'd want to run on her own, thus becoming my competition. But like they say, two heads are better than one. And in the end, we campaigned together and won by giving brownies to our classmates with notes that said, "Vote for Amaya and Yaya." From the beginning of our campaign right until this very moment, our goal has always been to give the class of 2021 a normal high school experience. As we all know, Duggan is a fairly new high school. We were only 9th graders when Duggan had their first ever graduating class in 2018. By choosing to stay at Duggan for the next 4 years, I had no idea what would be in store for us, as I'm sure was the case for the rest of you too. Part of the reason why I wanted to run for class president was I felt like our class deserved to enjoy high school, and I wanted to do everything I could to help make that happen. From an outsider's perspective, it may not seem like we did much besides asking you guys for your money whenever we had a bake sale, which we greatly appreciated. But as much fun as being a part of student council was, we put in a great deal of work and effort. For 2 years, we had meetings every single Wednesday discussing upcoming school events like dances, spirit weeks, and community meetings. You may have seen us outside the cafeteria surrounded by food and children handing us money, but what you didn't see was us running around the school a week before each bake sale, putting up flyers, interrupting crews, and gathering supplies just so the bake sales would be successful. And they were. They were so successful that we raised over $3,000. That's more than any other class from Duggan has ever made, and that was without our last year physically being in school. The other class officers and I wanted to make our senior year very special. We planned a senior trip, senior prom, and even a senior prank. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we couldn't put our ideas into action. In the beginning of the year, we held on to the little hope we had that sometime during the school year, things would be semi-normal again. But as the year went on, we had to face the reality that not everything works out the way you want. Instead of totally giving up, the class officers and I settled for COVID-safe activities. Instead of a prom, we had the idea of having a barbecue. I know that a prom and a barbecue are two very different events, and we were very aware of that while planning. We were nervous that some students might not want to come and would rather stay home. Surprisingly, almost every single person who was a part of our senior class showed up. At the end of the day, it didn't matter if it was a prom, barbecue, picnic, or whatever. The fact that we could spend one last day together as a class was more important than the type of event we were hosting. For many of us, we've been at Duggan since we were 11 and in the 6th grade. Now we're 17 and 18 and graduating. I'm glad that despite the craziness of this year, we got to have one last memory of just being together and having fun. As I wrap up my speech, I just want to say thank you to everyone who voted for us. As much work as it was, I think I can speak for both Yaya and myself when I say that we loved being your class presidents. Thank you to Noelle, Anissa, and Chastity for being our vice president, treasurer, and secretary. There is no one else I would want to be a part of student council with. Thank you to Mrs. Shea. Even though you are only our class advisor for the last 2 years, you always gave us 100% of your time and energy. You always had ideas on how we can make things we wanted to do possible. Thank you to Mrs. Vecchione. We always considered you as our secondary class advisor. Whenever there was an event and we needed help planning, you were always someone we knew would be there no matter what. Thank you to Mr. Hurley. Every time we wanted to do something special for our class, you always gave us the okay and asked what you could do to help us. Lastly, thank you to Mr. Calvanese for allowing us to have this experience that we will take with us for the rest of our lives. We always knew we were your favorites. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Nice job, kiddo.
We would like to present Mr. Calvanese with this card signed from every person in the class of 2021.
Thank you, guys.
We also have a picture of our class, one for Mr. Calvanese and one for Mr. Snow.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys are the best. Thank you, Anissa. I got it. That's a big card. Get that in my car somehow. Thanks, Yaya. I told you this was a special class, so you guys are awesome. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. Can we have our Natalise Arroyo, our sophomore, who's going to be a junior next year, is going to sing a song for us called Opportunity before we move to the presentation of the class. Natalise, come on up to the stage.
Mindful, I'm nervous. Under the glow of the very bright light, I turn my face towards the warm night skies, and I am
guess we found our singer for the next few years for our graduation ceremony. Thank you again to our student speakers and Natalie Soroyo. Wonderful job. Let's hear it for them again. Excellent. Say a few things before we present the class. To the class of 2021, you have completed this journey at Duggan Academy. We remember when you all began here back in August 2014, many of you excited and nervous about the transition from a little elementary school to a bigger middle school and high school. Now here you are with caps and gowns, ready to be official graduates of Duggan Academy and take the next step in your life. Most principals, when speaking to their class, say that this class is the most special. And it's true, all classes are special. But this class, the class of 2021, has a special place in our hearts. You have set the academic and good citizenship standard for our school. That will be a legacy for you guys. The legacy for us, when we think back at the class of 2021, we will say they were just great kids that will be leaders in our community, in our state, and in our world. You will be. When you began here at Duggan, it was the fall of 2014, and many of you were nervous but not wondering what the school would bring. And I'm sure that feeling was felt by your families. Actually, I know it was. To be honest, we were anxious too. I was new at Duggan. Many of your teachers were new there. We had work to be done. You did, we did. And this group, this class of 2021 was a trailblazer in taking Duggan from a struggling school to become recognized by the magnet schools of America, as well as getting some praise from the state, including Governor Baker when he visited back in 2015. I remember that first year when your assistant principal at the time, Ms. Coburn, and Mr. Sullivan, your dean at the time, told me that this class was special. They were going to help us. They were going to help us drive this work forward. And you did. All of you did. Every one of you. You modeled our habits of scholarship of respect, responsibility, quality, and perseverance. And you faltered along the way. We all do. But you improved. You moved forward. We saw that. Our family saw that. And to me, and most importantly, our younger students saw that. They saw your leadership. There is so much to be proud of with this class, and I am extremely proud of the image that you have left all of us. Each year, our Duggan seniors work with our administrator, Mary Kay Brown, and a local artist, and leave a mural on our senior wall. Each year, the class leaves this artistic symbol that represents their experience at our school. This is done with no input from me. This is truly driven by our students. This year, the image left show the passion that our students have for social justice, for equity, for compassion, and humanity. Symbolically reaching down and pulling their fellow students up the steps to ensure they complete their high school journey. And today, you have completed that milestone. But your journey is just beginning, and we hope and pray that you continue to use your academic skills, your kindness, your compassion to guide you as you move forward. You have accomplished a great milestone, but as you move forward in life, there will be challenges, there will be letdowns, there will be heartbreak. And it reminds me of a quote that inspires me when we are faced with challenges from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. I so thank you for choosing Duggan. You did not have to do that. Your families for choosing Duggan and helping to shape our middle school and high school. It has been my honor to be your principal for the past 7 years. And remember, work hard, be nice, and let's get going. And with that, we will move to the official presentation of the class. If Mr. Warwick can join me up here. If the class can please stand. Superintendent Warwick, as the principal of John J. Duggan Academy, I certify that the seniors have met all the graduation requirements set forth by the Springfield Public Schools and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It gives me great honor to present to you the class of 2021.
You have been certified as having met all the graduation requirements. By the powers vested in me by the Springfield School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, I hereby declare the class of 2021 to be graduates of Duggan Academy. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left.
All right, if we can have Mr. Snow and Ms. Gomez come on up, and Ms. Shea and Ms. Vecchione, if we can line them up. Class can sit down. The first two rows can stay up, and they'll direct it, and we'll get them lined up.
All set? We're going to get this started. Anissa Dennis. Gerancis Rivera. Amaya Morris. Noel Chambers. Chastity Del Rio. Uba Abdi. Genisal Almodovar. Melanie Venice Alvarado. Muhammad Arbo.
Josué Arce. Leilani Badillo. Ryan Balarjan. Hannah Bates. Deasia Blackshear. Elena Brackley. Christian Burton. Alexavier Cabrera. Zariah Carter. Shemaya Caudo Gates. Isaiah Carnell Darden. Kalaisha Franco. Gabriela Andujar. Eric Garcia Paul. Jacob Goldman. Zanera Jennings. Ajiani Johnson. Haley Johnson. Cinnamon Jones. McKenna Kelly. Stephanie King. Christopher Lopez Salisbury. Karina Lozado. Jerome Mitchell. Tiana Lisette Morales. Richard Nguyen. Janelis Oquendo. Jared Ortiz Crespo. Sophie Ortiz. Jasmine Perez Velasquez. Jenna Pezzanetti. Ruben Rosario. Lena Sanchez. Jessely Santini. Ashanti Smith. Anira Sosa. Xavion Isaiah Torres. Isaiah Torres Langdon. Sierra Ware. Tylea Wimberly. Daquan Wright.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Snow. All right. Let us hear it for the class of 2021. Absolutely awesome. Wish you the best. God bless you guys. Before we leave, a couple things. First, we got to bring down a little bit and ask the Central ROTC to please come back in to retrieve the colors. Thank you, Central. Can I ask the guests to please remain in their seats as we ask our dignitaries to please leave the stage? And once they're gone, we're going to ask that the graduates march out to the music, and then the families, if they can stay in their aisles, and we'll go after the students have left. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, let's just lift it. Let's hear it one more time. Class of 2021, let's hear it for you. All right, let's cue the music, and we're going to go back out. Yep, back the way we came.